A new series of arts and crafts exhibitions entitled Material Quests has been launched by the Binaiki Museum shop. The work of sculptor Georgia Gremouti could not have been a more apt choice for the inaugural show, as her work is truly a search to bring new meaning and beauty into old materials. All of the pieces in this false ID exhibition began as an object that truly represents our consumer lifestyle, the paper bag. Here, Georgia tells us a little bit about the show.
The false ID title is about the play between a useful object that is part of the museum shop, so it has to be useful, it's an applied arts object, and at the same time it's part of the museum, and in the museum the works of art do not have a real usefulness. So I wanted this exhibition to be something in between, be a little bit of both, be an applied arts object, a container, and at the same time be out of paper that does not have a real usefulness to it. So it's a play, it's a false ID. Is it an applied arts? Is it a sculpture, work of art? Is it a bit of both? So that was the intention. The exhibition starting point is the paper bag, and I wanted it to be a paper bag that I have used already, so it has the little signs of the history that the paper carries. It has completed one cycle, so if you see closely, there are these little signs that the paper has now embedded in it. I wanted to take this paper bag as my material, my prime material, and make it something valuable again, because paper is something of very small value that once it's used, it's good only for recycling. So I wanted to bring back the preciousness again and make it something that it's beautiful and nice and precious, have the value of the material. That piece of paper is transformed into something three-dimensional. So I'm using techniques that have to do with paper folding from origami, but it's evolved, and fabric folding techniques, a combination of both. So in order to have this transformation, I'm working with the geometry on the flat piece of paper, on the two-dimensional paper. So I'm planning out before how it's going to take the shape and become a sculpture, three-dimensional.
So there are obvious links to the ancient tradition of Japanese origami, but Georgia says that her work also pays homage to the ways that the ancient Greeks folded and draped cloth, and to their sculpture and pottery making.
This is Hydria and Amphoreas, which refers again to the type of vessel of antiquity. But at the same time, the paper folding technique also has this ancient Japanese tradition. And it's kind of both, taking two worlds. The reason I chose the Far East techniques is because that's where the paper was invented and it was used for many years, and it was where the paper had value.
New value on old paper, but how exactly does she do it? I know she uses no glues.
There are many small pieces of paper that I'm using to figure out what the final work is going to be like. So I have a wall in my studio that is filled with little pieces of paper folded, and I am going through this process in order to be able to figure out what the final piece is going to be like. And again, I'm working with two dimensions. I'm working with the geometry of the flat piece of paper and then building it. Some of the pieces can take like a week or more, depends.
If you look very closely, you can see the remains of the geometrical guidelines on her work. Often the bag itself is the inspiration. This bag came from a fruit stall in the market, and now it looks a bit like a pineapple. This bag came from the Peloponnesian Folk Art Museum in Nafplion.
Our traditional costumes are pleated, so I want this to refer to the body and to the pleated garments. So in this case, the bag gave me the idea of the work.
I met with Georgia on the last day of the exhibition, so I asked her if she felt a bit sad to seeing it being packed up.
I'm very happy and very grateful I had the chance to have this exhibition here. And it's been a very fruitful period. I had the chance to communicate to so many people, so it has been nice. It's been rewarding, and I'm a little bit sad that everything has to be put back into boxes. Well, it's had its cycle, and it's been good.